So, Mr. Poon-King, of course, WASA would have put out a release saying that on Thursday, there will be a planned shutdown at the Caroni Water Treatment Plant. Can you tell the public watching tonight what they can expect on Thursday?
Right, so on Thursday, we have, as indicated, a planned shutdown. We've identified some work that we want to get done at the Caroni Water Treatment Plant. Normally, maintenance is done on an ongoing basis, but there are occasions when the nature of the work requires stoppage of the plant. Given that the Caroni plant is our largest and producing around 75 million gallons of water a day, and it serves customers in North, Central, and South Trinidad, it will have a significant impact during that period when the supply is stopped altogether. So the key we're looking at here is for customers to store water leading up to the outage, and then during the period when the supply is off, to use such stored water, taking into consideration that it would be limited. And then when we restart, again, to keep in mind conservation being the key, that we want to get the reintroduced supply to as many persons as quickly as possible.
And I know sometimes people may be wondering, when exactly, because I'm looking at my phone here, it has the release on it, saying that the shutdown is supposed to be between, I think it's 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I guess that's once the work finishes within the stipulated time. People can expect between that period to be without it. But I guess it may take some time as well, even after 6 p.m., for the water to get back out to all the different areas affected by it.
Correct. So what we've quantified in terms of a time for normalization, what we call normalization of the supply, to be up to 48 hours. Once the supply is put back on at 6 p.m. on Thursday, the first thing we have to do is to safely reintroduce water back into the system. And once we've taken water out of the system, we'll have quality issues. So the first water that comes into the system, we would put that to waste, and to ensure that the quality is acceptable. And then we'll close up our system, close up our valves, and start to repressurize the system. All that takes time, and then it takes some time to get to all the areas. And as we are very much aware, we do have a scheduled supply to many of the communities. So there as well, there may be some delays in getting the water out onto the system to get to those communities.
So your advice and WASA's advice is for people, customers, to, as you said, store water as best as they can between now and Thursday.
Correct.
To ensure that in the event it takes some time to get supply reintroduced, they will have enough to do what they have to do in terms of water supply.
Correct. And we would have a limited truck-borne supply available, and customers can call our customer contact center at 800-4420-4426. But as I indicated, the truck-borne supply would be limited, and we focus primarily on health institutions, homes for the aged, and public buildings. When 75 million gallons is taken off of the system, it's a significant. Trucking could never bridge that gap. So that's why we implore customers to be aware and store water, use it wisely during the period of the outage, and even beyond that as well.
So again, and thanks for joining us, Mr. Poon-King. Viewers heard it from Mr. Poon-King. Areas to be affected include North Trinidad, served by the Valsain booster station, as well as the North Trinidad served by the El Socorro booster station, Central and South Trinidad, and as well as the Southwest Peninsula from San Fernando to Point Fortin. And as you hear there, the WASA CEO said, be sure to store water and ensure when that outage occurs, use your water wisely so you'll have sufficient water to take you through until it returns.